What's up, guys? It's PJ Soups here. Today I'm going to talk about why the Warriors made a big change from last season to this season, also talking about the future they have with this franchise. Let's go back 2 years to the 2019-2020 season. When Steph Curry broke his left hand, the Warriors were 15-50. This is when they first got signs with good role players like Damian Lee and Jordan Poole. He's actually more than a role player right now. This horrible 15-50 record made them land the number 2 overall pick, and with this pick they chose James Wiseman. Even they could have gotten LaMelo Ball number 2, which would have made them amazing. They did get James Wiseman, who is a promising young big man. Heading into the 2020-2021 NBA season, there were a lot of doubters of the Golden State Warriors. They didn't believe they could win without Klay, and people were convinced Steph Curry couldn't lead a team. After the first 2 games where the Warriors got blown up by contending teams like the Milwaukee Bucks and Brooklyn Nets, this only added fuel to the doubt, and sports analysis bashed Curry to an almost unprecedented degree, excluding the 3-1 tragedy. It even got so bad that people were saying Westbrook was better than Steph and Curry, and if you're keeping up the NBA season right now, you know that's just not true. Throughout the season, this eventually changed. He had a month stretch where he averaged 37 points per game, and eventually he was topping in MVP voting. They even had a positive record of 39-33, which gave them the 8th seed. Unfortunately, they were thwarted by LeBron James shot clock cheese and a Ja Morant masterpiece, plus Draymond Green missing a wide-open, game-winning layup. Heading into the offseason, the Warriors didn't have very much cap space. With 3 max players including Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, and Andrew Wiggins alongside Draymond Green's big contract, it was looking tough. However, the genius front office made it work. With the previous release of a trade that landed Andrew Wiggins, the Warriors had the 7th pick and drafted Jonathan Kuminga, who has shown great promise. As mentioned earlier, they unfortunately missed out on the playoffs and had their pick at number 14. They selected Moses Moody from Arkansas. They attempted to buy a 2nd-round pick because of how low the 2021 draft class was, but to no avail. Now to free agency. The first good decision they made was let Kelly Oubre Jr. go. While he was a really good player, he didn't fit the system. They soon signed Otto Porter Jr., Nemanja Bjelica, and Andre Iguodala. They also were in the warning for Patty Mills, but he was signed to the Brooklyn Nets. They traded away Eric Pascal, and I would like to add that was a good decision despite the small backlash received from the Warriors fans. Because of this trade, a roster spot opened up. They signed Avery Bradley as their 15th roster spot, but they soon let him go to get Gary Payton II. This was obviously the right decision in retrospect, but it was reported that Stephen Curry and Draymond Green wanted Avery Bradley. All in all, the Warriors prepped themselves for a great season with a great offseason. Now to the 2021-2022 NBA season. With the additions the Warriors had and the emergence of Poole in the preseason, they started to get some more believers. But generally, people still view the Clayless Warriors as an average NBA team, naturally believing in Curry, which doesn't make too much sense because when they were 37-26 with him last season. That win percentage puts them around the 4 to 6 seed, but I digress. The Warriors started the season hot and showed no sign of slowing down, currently holding the best record in the league as of December 27, 2021. Stephen Curry and Draymond Green are both top 3 in award races currently. For Draymond, that is Defensive Player of the Year. For Curry, obviously, that's the MVP. Andrew Wiggins even has a case for an all-star spot, considering the great record. However, the question is, why are they better than they were last year? Their roster's worse this year, so why is it? The first main reason is Jordan Poole. In the 2020-2021 season, Jordan Poole averaged a measly 12 points a game, pretty efficient, and towards the end of the season, he was killing it. But no one could have expected the leap he took this season. Currently, he's averaging 17.9 points on really good efficiency. Not great from 3, but everything else is good, and considering the amount of shots he takes, having 33% is still pretty okay. And this is amazing considering how bad his rookie year was. He averaged 8.8 points on atrocious efficiency. He had a month where he shot less than 10% from the field, and Warriors fans hated him. It's amazing seeing where he is right now, though. Another player who was a big part of this reason is Juan Toscano Anderson. Last season, when there was a lot of dark spots, he was a bright spot. He clearly fit the system. He could pass, he could defend. He was okay at shooting, but he wasn't amazing. But his passing and defense is the type of player you need around Stephen Curry. He bought into the system, which is why they kept him and did not keep Kelly Oubre Jr., even though Kelly Oubre is obviously a better player. And all the free agent signings this season are not as good as Kelly Oubre Jr., but they fit the system, so it makes up for it. They defend, they can pass. That is something he was not willing to do. The next reason I want to be covering is the free agent signings as like one entity, which is Otto Porter Jr. and Gary Payton II, Iguodala, and Nemanja Bjelica. Bjelica had a great start to the season against the Lakers. He was the reason why he won that game, honestly. Steph Curry had a horrible efficiency night, but Nemanja came in clutch with some off-the-dribble moves, some shooting, just everything. Otto Porter Jr. is an amazing signing. He's rebounding. He's averaging 8 points a game, but that 8 points is so impactful. Iguodala is great to have on the court, even though sometimes you can tell he's lost his stuff. He's old. He knows what he's doing out there. He can hit some threes sometimes, pass, defend. He's still one of the best defenders in the league, has great hands, amazing. And GP2, oh my gosh. I don't know why he wasn't on an NBA team. Even though he's on the older side, he's still amazing. At 6'3", he's like a big man. He can dunk, he can defend. He's actually shooting now too, which is amazing. The free agent signings, they just hit out of the park. They're a great reason why the Warriors are having such a great season so far. I know I just ranted about the free agents, but I want to add on the fact that they added so much depth, because last season they didn't have any depth on the team. Michael Mortar was playing big minutes. Kent Bazemore was playing too many minutes, you know? They had like 8 playable players towards the end of the season. Now they have a 15-man roster, and every player on the roster is pretty unselfish because they'll go a game with not playing very much or not having very much impact, and they'll have a big game right after that. Like Wandiscana Anderson against the Suns when they had won at home at the game after they lost. He didn't play that much the last game or play good at all, and he had a great game after that. Their depth and unselfishness is underrated, and another reason why they're pretty good right now. Now to Andrew Wiggins, Draymond Green, and Stephen Curry. First off with Andrew Wiggins, he's having a great season with 18 points per game. He's a little more efficient than last season, went from 38% to 3 to 42% from 3, which is a pretty big jump when you think about it. His field goal percentage is almost identical, and his free throw percentage is almost identical. And he's a little lower on assists and rebounds, but he's had an overall higher impact this season. Draymond Green's having a Defensive Player of the Year caliber season. He's shooting more efficient from the field, around 57%. Still not too good on threes, but that's not what you're getting from Draymond. If Draymond could score, obviously that'd be a lot better, but you have to appreciate what he can do well. And he's a great defender, a great passer, and he can sometimes get you a bucket. He is pretty clutch in playoff situations. We haven't got to the playoff situation quite yet. And now it's to Steph Curry. As mentioned earlier, he's having an MVP caliber season. He broke the 3-point record this season. He has the most 40-point games right now, and he's just playing amazing. His impact is just amazing. You can see players like go with him on the screen, 2 people, and that opens up so much for the rest of the team. Like it'll be a 4-on-3 after a pick and roll set, and he gets no stats from that, no credit. I just want to say that's just a great thing to watch. Now to the future, like I mentioned, I'll talk about early in the video, like at the very beginning. So they have James Wiseman, Jonathan Kuminga, Jordan Poole, and Moses Moody. And all 4 of them have pretty good potential. I'd say Kuminga and Wiseman have a little bit more than the other 2. However, I wouldn't be surprised if Poole or Mosey also had a good career. And honestly, you have to trust the Warriors front office. Jordan Poole didn't have an amazing rookie season, as I mentioned earlier. 8 points per game. They put him into the G League and he performed. They have a great scouting offense. Kuminga has legit superstar potential, and I can see that happening. Wiseman has superstar potential, even though I'm not as high as him as a lot of people, because he is what Evan Mobley is what people thought he would be. And he's just not that. He's not as mobile, as agile. He's not as good on defense. But if he can put everything together, he has the tools. All the Warriors are talking up about him. And honestly, not the type of people to lie. You know, Draymond's not going to tell someone they're good and they're not good. He believes in him, so I believe in him. And their future's looking amazing. They can really retool this dynasty of 2 superstar caliber players. Jordan Poole, All-Star, and Moody. We'll have to see what he is first. He's okay in the G League, but you know, he hasn't shown that much in the NBA. So thank you guys for watching this video. Let me know what you think about this video. How you feel with the Warriors, what other teams you think are doing good right now. Let me know who you think is going to win the finals, and make sure to subscribe, like, share with your friends, and I appreciate you for watching this far. Catch you.